Hey y'all, it's your girl Vimbo, and I am here with a really interesting but practical video for the new year. So welcome to my channel and let's jump right on in. So first, I want to share with you that at the time of me recording this is a few days before. I normally drop my videos on Wednesday, but I am recording the day before the inauguration in the United States on what is typically for most people a long weekend, because Martin Luther King Jr.'s holiday, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., we celebrate it tomorrow, which happens to be the same day as the inauguration. All of that to say, the reason I am mentioning that is because this information is going to change from the time that I had the idea about this video last night to when I'm filming it today. Things have already changed, okay? So let's jump right in. Here's what's up, guys. I want to give you guys a little bit of my background as a creator, and then also just some really crucial tips, whether you are starting your journey as a creator, whether you have tons of followers, or whatever. Some really big things we can learn from what happened to TikTok this weekend. So, starting out myself. So I am, like I said, my name is Vimbo. I've worked in education for about a decade. I worked as a nonprofit director for a year, and now I do educational consulting, I do leadership consulting, I provide keynote speeches, and I do professional development for schools. So that is what I'm doing in my life as my career, and I love it. I have made some great connections with local schools and school leaders, and I'm located in the DMV area, which makes all of this stuff happening in politics like literally like down the road from me. It's so close, it's in my backyard. So that's a little bit about who I am. As a creator, I have my own, Instagram. Please follow it at Vimbo WASN. I have been pretty much on all of the platforms, but I have known that TikTok is problematic for a while, and so I never really jumped on the TikTok bandwagon. But I will say this: one of my friends were really close accountability partners. We encourage each other in our creative journey, in our journey to, working for ourselves, being small business owners. She has had a lot of success on TikTok, and it has helped her grow her business as a woman, as a former educator as well. And so, yeah, even though I was not a TikToker by any means, like I probably had a couple videos on there, I did not have TikTok on my phone. I haven't had it on my phone. I can't remember when I last had it on my phone. I deleted it a while ago. But all that to say, even though I am not directly impacted by the TikTok ban, I think we are all impacted by the ban. And so I am making this video because if you are starting on YouTube or Instagram or X or Blue Sky or any of these apps, I want to share with you 3 critical, practical pieces of knowledge and advice that should hopefully help you learn from what just happened with TikTok. My first thing for you to know as a creator, if you want to be a creator and in any way you want that creation to, whether it's support a business you already have or share knowledge or create community, whatever your goal is, always realize that platforms come and platforms go. As a millennial, as what we would call a digital native, I know both life before Google, Instagram, iPhones, YouTube. I'm a child of the 90s, okay? So I knew what it was like to think of a question you had and have to look it up in a blue. My father had huge encyclopedia books in our home growing up and not be able to Google it. And I also know a world where now, just a few hours ago, I was Googling something random because it's like, I wonder what this is, right? So the very first thing is platforms come and go. We millennials know this because we saw Vine come and go. We saw MySpace come and go, and MySpace was huge when I was in middle school and high school. So AOL, someone mentioned their parents still use AOL. We've seen things come and go. So because of that first fact, this is the second piece of encouragement I would have to any creator. Know that your followers do not belong to you. So what does that mean? Provide community outside of these social media platforms. So if you have a TikTok account, because like I said, as of last night, TikTok was deleted. As of like a few hours ago, people have been posting on Instagram that TikTok is back and it's gonna be back today, and they're working to reinstate it in the US. So who the heck knows what's gonna happen with TikTok? But I think that's actually besides the point. The point is, it doesn't matter what happens to TikTok. We have to realize that we don't own our followers. On YouTube, I have like 700 people subscribed to this page currently. On Instagram, I probably have around that as well. We have all of these platforms. But if Instagram, we've said it before, there's days when Instagram is down, what happens then? Or Twitter, when those websites just literally aren't working. You have to realize that it really is going to behoove you as a creator. Yes, these platforms are great for new people to find you who don't know you, but it's going to behoove you as a creator. Behoove, I love that word. It's to your benefit to have your own self-hosted website, as well as honestly, like truly honesty, not just a self-hosted website, but also your own email newsletter. And I use ConvertKit. I'm going to link my newsletter below, shameless plug. I'm always looking to grow my community. I support women and women in leadership. And also because I'm in the DMV, DC local happenings, I love to share stuff about that. So find your community, build it, but realize if your community is only on Instagram, or it's only on TikTok, or it's only on YouTube, or even if it's on all of those platforms, it just takes one thing for those to go away. And obviously nothing is guaranteed. Even these like other services could crumble, but at least if you have your own website, which I do, VimboWASN.com, then people can become a part of your community that you're building versus these other platforms. And my third piece of advice, which I'm gonna just shoot in here really quickly, is a shameless plug for longer form content where you actually make connections with your audience. So even though people think blogging is dead, actually blogging is still alive and thriving. And when people search for things, blogs still show up. So if you want to position yourself as someone in your industry, let's say it's education like me, let's say it's technology and education, whatever your niche is, start writing about it. Start making YouTube videos about it. Be that person, but realize like YouTube and blogs have really survived all of these other forms of social media. And a lot of people may not realize it, but YouTube is the second largest search engine. Yes, it is a form of social media, but right behind Google, it helps people find things, and people still really use it. It's a very actively used globally search engine, social media forum, community building forum. I've used YouTube forever, and I remember just when I was younger, the whole natural hair movement for African American women, that being a big thing, and learning how to literally take care of my hair in its natural form on YouTube. So YouTube can be used to build community around anything. When I say anything, I mean literally anything. If you like shoes, there's a YouTube community for that. If you like to learn how to do makeup, there is for that. But find your thing, find your people. And I would just I think the thing the TikTok thing showed us is, even if you use TikTok as a tool, or you use Blue Sky or Twitter or Threads or Instagram or Facebook as a tool to grow your audience, know that you don't own your audience, as in they could disappear all at once if one of these platforms goes belly up. It's best to secure it by making sure that you have direct access to your audience at all times. So I love kind of talking about the creative back end of all of this wonderful stuff happening. If you want to see more stories like this, more videos where I'm sharing my thoughts as a YouTube creator, I would love that. I'm in this exploration phase and kind of just figuring out what it is I like to talk about. I have education background. I love talking about events and and event planning. And so I'm very much so exploring right now, but let me know what kind of videos you want to see. And what do you think about this TikTok ban? Is it impacting you? I would love to hear it. Please comment below, and until next week, see you later. Bye.